Hello and welcome to another video here at Movie Mash. And before I start, I want to say something. I've been away for a while. I haven't done many videos. I've not been very well and a lot's going on with work and whatnot. And Mike Bailey has covered me, but I just wanted to say is that I've been getting a lot of messages and emails and about how where's my videos and stuff. And I didn't realise how many people and how much people enjoyed my videos, and I'm quite touched. It's quite inspiring, which means I'm going to do a lot more and more regular from now on. Yeah, since you like them that much and I like making them. So on that note...
Sorry I've been away so long. I won't let you down again.
So today's review is going to be on The Conjuring 3.
The devil made me do it.
Excuse me, that was weird. Starring Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga and directed by Michael Chavez, no James Wan this time. Oh, don't feel so well at the moment. Anyway, get back. Based on Ed and Lorraine's case file, this movie is a true story on a guy that killed his landlord, and it's the first time in history that a person had used demon possession in a court of law for the alibi. And what happened was he killed his landlord, as I just said, and on the film you could see he was getting possessed. Something was taking over because of something that happened previously that Ed and Lorraine Warren was involved. So they know that it's a problem. So they're trying to get him the death sentence, and Ed and Lorraine, they're doing their best. They're going out to investigate and prove to the court of law his innocence, or he will die. And that's basically the story. Now, I will say that there's a lot of tension in the film because of Ed has a heart attack. I won't say how or why. And he's not well through the rest of the film. And it does help with the tension and gives them a bit more character, which they have loads and we love them anyway. I love them. I think they're great. But yeah, it adds to more tension. So basically, I've been looking forward to seeing this for about a year and a bit now. Well, pretty much since the second one. I love the first two. I think they're some of the best horrors I've seen in years. And even though the formula's been done before and we've seen similar things before, it was just really executed well. It was James Wan, who's a genius. And what I will say is that even though this isn't as good as them two, it is better than the Annabelle creation. There's a few of those, and the Nun, the side films that are in the universe. But as I said, not as good as the first two, but definitely better than the rest of them. So I will say that. Now, I'm going to hit positives. Excuse me, I don't know what's going on. It feels like I'm getting possessed myself. Anyway, back to positives. So, one of the most important positive for me in all three movies is Ed and Lorraine, played by Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga. Those two together, their story and their chemistry is brilliant. I would actually probably watch another movie with them in, and it doesn't have to be a horror at all, just about home life. It's just, they're really likable, and they are the strongest part of all three movies. And on this again, they're great. Apart from Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga, all the acting is good all round. No one gave a bad performance, and yeah, so nothing stuck out. They're all pretty decent. I like John Noble, who was on it. He had a small part, but it was very effective. For people who don't know who he is, he's the guy from Lord of the Rings who likes hobbits to sing while he's eating cherry tomatoes.
Come, sing me a song.
Now, another positive, and I'm hearing people are getting a bit upset about this, but for me, I enjoyed it. They changed the story a little bit. The film wasn't like a traditional spooky house they go and help, and like the first two. It was a bit different. Even though it had the same elements as the first two, they kept a lot of it in. But the investigation, some people I really enjoyed the investigating. So I like the change up of that. It's like sometimes people are saying the film doesn't know what it wants to be, but for me, I thought, no, you can't keep doing the same thing, but you have to keep the same elements in, and they did, and they changed it up. So for me, I enjoyed that. It was a really good positive. I want to say about Michael Chavez, he done the directing on this, and he took over from James Wan. Now everyone knows James Wan is like a really good director, and he made the first two amazing. But I will say Michael Chavez, he done a good job. I mean, it's very James Wan like. I mean, there was nothing problems with it. I have a few problems with the story, but I'll get to that in a second. But as I say, like, yeah, he done a really good job. So, hats off to him. Now, on to negatives.
I feel like I should get a priest.
That was weird. What just happened? I don't know. Anyway, on to negatives. Now, I can't give too many negatives away because it goes into spoiler territory. For me, what I've got to say is spoilerish. Now, I will give away those negatives at the end, but I'll give a spoiler alert with plenty of notice, so don't worry. Now, what I can say is that I found the film not to be frightening at all. Maybe it's just me. I've seen so many horrors over the years, but I did find the first two quite creepy. Give me a few chills now and again. This one, nothing. Not that I didn't enjoy the movie, but it is a horror, and I'm supposed to even just get a chill now and again, and I didn't. Now, there was this guy in it. He was a big, massive, naked fellow with long black hair, which I will call the naked Undertaker from WWE. Well, I heard people going, "Oh my god, that was frightening." I actually thought it was quite funny. Maybe because the Undertaker kicked into my head and I thought it was quite funny. But I shouldn't be laughing at a horror film. So that's a nitpick. I don't know. That bit was a nitpick, but in general, I didn't find the film frightening at all. Now, another little thing that I want to say, and it's not just the Conjuring fault. It's a lot of horrors these days. But why is it all ghosts and demons have to be a contortionist? It's like every film I watch now, the demon or the ghost or the monster, whatever, can bend into all kinds of shapes. Like, you can bend backwards and forwards. I will say a couple of films have got professional contortionists in, which looks pretty good for what they can do. But it's just every movie has it. I think they've done it before in The Conjuring as well, possibly. If not, comment below, let me know, because I can't quite remember. But most movies, I watched one again recently, contortionist. And I actually literally knew that it was going to happen on this. It's a nitpick. Don't take it seriously. It doesn't take anything away from the movie. It's just, come on. I didn't want to know that it was going to happen, but I did. So, anyway, look, I can't give too many more spoilers away. But what I will say is that I enjoyed this movie quite a bit. So don't listen to the bad stuff. There's a lot of good. Now, I'm going to give this movie a solid side thumb. Now, the reason why I don't give it a thumbs up is because there's a few other little things in it that piss me off. So if you don't want to know what they are, I'm going to give you plenty of notice. And as from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spoilers. So this young lad was arrested and put away, and he's on trial for his life. And the lawyer, or solicitor, what we call over here, the lawyer says to Ed and Lorraine Warren that it's down to you. His life depends on what you find out. Okay. Now, I don't know. I know of the story, but I don't know the ins and outs of the actual story. So before I researched it, I was going along with this. But for people who don't know the story and you're just watching the movie, well, they go off and investigate. They find this out and this out. And us as the audience, we're watching. And I'm thinking to myself, at the end, it goes, he got 5 years. And I'm like, brilliant. But I was like, well, where's the evidence? I know that us, the audience, can see it, but the court won't see it, so I don't get it. So it kind of like jumps to, oh, they solved the mystery at the end, and I'm like, yeah, so how are you going to prove that? It doesn't matter what we see or what you see. How are you going to put that in court? And then at the end, as I said, it says he's got 5 years. So I was like, all right, well, obviously they just missed that bit out. I mean, I don't know. But as I went off to research this, that never happened. They never brought any evidence to court. What happened was that he actually in the end said it was self-defense, and he had a big cut across his chest, so he got away with self-defense. So it wasn't blame the demon, and they didn't bring any evidence, and he got 5 years for self-defense. But it kind of goes back to the lady. She says, the solicitor, she goes, yeah, his life depends on what you find out. And I'm like, well, they found out loads, but the film gave the impression. Now, I think there was a missed opportunity where, they could have made it like, all right, we've shown this, but like they've changed the plea anyway or something. They just made out, and it didn't make sense to me. I was like, because I, as the film, not knowing the actual story, was wondering, well, let's see the evidence of, how you're going to prove it. All these demons, you can't prove that unless a demon bursts out in court in front of the judge and the jury and all that, and then maybe, but I couldn't understand. Now, that's not the only problem I have. There's a bigger problem I have. There was, towards the end of the film, they're running around in tunnels. Now, the guy who plays John Noble, it turns out it's his daughter is the witch. She's the one who's causing this and conjuring up demons. And she has to, I don't know, the point is that she's trying to conjure up demons. And she ends up killing John Noble, cutting his throat. And I'm like, okay, that's pretty bad. Then she blows, and I think it's on the trailer, she blows some kind of dust or something into Ed's face. And he goes mad. He picks up a sledgehammer and he starts smashing the whole place up. All of it. And he nearly kills his wife. He smashes all the floor, all the monuments, and there's a big table which she uses to do her potions and magic on. He smashes that. His wife nearly gets smashed up by him, yeah? But he comes to, and he gets back to normal. And then all of a sudden, at the end, just at the end, she comes along, and her body's twisted, or a demon, they reverse some kind of spell. Her demon gets twisted all her body, snaps her back, twists her head, and she's lying there dead. Ed and Lorraine Warren come out, and they're all happy and all joyful, and yay, and you see the police turn up, and the music comes on, and it's like happy days. But I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. How are you going to explain dead bodies in there? How are you going to tell the police there's dead bodies? Oh, a demon killed that woman. They're going to go, well, we've got a sledgehammer here with your fingerprints all over it, the place all smashed up, and you're telling us the demon done it. I'm like, well, how is he going to, it's pretty much the same thing what happened to the guy at the start. He's saying a demon done it, and he nearly gets killed, he nearly goes dead. So what are they going to say? Because I'm not being funny. If I'm a police officer, and I turn up, and I see a dead woman with her back broken and her head twisted, and I see fingerprints on a sledgehammer where a guy has just smashed the whole place up, and a dead body with his throat cut, a guy with his throat cut. I'm like, well, what demon? There's a weapon here and a dead body with your fingerprints. You smashed the place. Prove that. So that was overlooked. It didn't make sense. I was like, what the police? All right, how are you going to, tell the police what you done? No, that was just. So I was like, the whole point of the movie was getting a guy off from a demon. But you kind of nearly did the same thing. But, and I noticed a lot of people and reviews I have watched didn't really notice this. Like, oh, great, it's all resolved. I'm like, yeah, but no explanation. But now they're towards the end, and they can be. Some people are overlooking. I still really enjoyed the movie. I will watch it again. I will probably watch it a few times over the years, because I've watched Conjuring 1 and 2, and it is a good addition to the series. It's still better than Annabelle and all that other crap. But just those little things, I just over bad writing or that plot holes, I don't understand. So what it is you forgot about the murder weapon. You're forgetting about the woman who's dead, the dead body, and the fact that you didn't actually bring any evidence. So literally kind of makes the film irrelevant, or what they've done, But it's good watching the journey of what they've done, but, it led to silliness. But I'm not going to go on too much. I enjoyed the movie, and this is the reason why I couldn't give it 2 thumbs up. So I hope you enjoyed this review, and I want you to please join me on my next one. It won't be as long this time, and I will say is I'm so grateful to all the people who've sent emails and all that, and all the subscribers, and just cheers for the support. And I'm really chuffed that you like these videos so much. So I'm definitely going to make more because I enjoy them.
But for now, and until next time. Thanks for watching. subscribe.